Division I student athletes have higher SAT and ACT scores than college-bound students.
The number of us receiving diplomas
is at an all-time high.
African American males who are student athletes
are 10% more likely to graduate.
Still think we're just a bunch of dumb jocks?
You need to do your homework.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
I'm joined by head men's basketball coach Doug Boxell for the Doug Boxell Basketball Show. Thanks for joining us for Show 4.
Good to be here, Josh.
Coach, you guys played 2 games this week against ASC West Division opponents. It seems early on the West Division is kind of beaten up on the East thus far. Talk about the McMurray and Hardin-Simmons games.
Well, McMurray and Hardin-Simmons were 2 excellent teams. Both of them have senior point guards. Especially McMurray has a lot of tradition and stuff as far as winning and stuff. And we knew they were going to be tough ball games, but I felt like, you know, if we went in with the right frame of mind, we'd have an excellent opportunity to win both ball games.
Mm-hmm. Matt Addison is quite a player, isn't he? He's player of the week this week.
Yeah, he's definitely an All-American. I talked to their coach for the ball game, and he said those kids played a lot this summer together in Dallas. And they won all their games, but they played one semi-pro team that beat them at the buzzer. Mm-hmm. So that tells you a little bit about the quality of their team.
One of your players, guard David Robinson, has really seemed to grow in the last few games. Just talk about David and maybe some other key impact players so far. Yeah,
David's really come on. You know, I was kidding him the other day in the locker room that he's probably the slowest player we have on the team, but he finds a way to get the job done. He takes care of the ball. He can use his right and left hand. He can shoot the ball outside. He's got a good mid-range game. We run a little inbounds play to him that he's good about keeping the ball up high. So he does a lot of good things. I mean, we have in the McMurray game we had David, Andrew, Ronnie, and Vic lead us in scoring. Bright was our leading rebounder with 9. Defensive players were Casey, Ronnie, and Andrew, and our leading assist guys were Kobe and Isaiah. And take charge, that's the guy that steps in there and gets run over. Ronnie took 4 of them in that ball game, which is outstanding. So there were key elements in the game that allowed us to stay in the ball game and have a chance to win. But kind of like what I've talked with our players is we've got to cut down on the turnovers, and we've got to continue to work to become a better defensive team. And I think things will go in the right direction if we do that.
We'll have more with Coach Boxell right after this message from the NCAA.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Coach Boxell, you guys take another long road trip to another West Division opponent in Texas Lutheran and Shriner. Talk about those 2 teams.
Well, Texas Lutheran is kind of a surprise because they're sitting 4-0 in the conference, and they have everybody back from last year. They don't have any new players. So their whole squad is made up of the kids that came back, and they're doing a great job. They're playing well together. And I think the key going into both these ball games, if you look back at the Hardin-Simmons game, I talked to our kids about that. That was a game that was 91 possessions, but Hardin-Simmons had 19 more shots than we did due to turnovers and offensive rebounds. And whenever you're playing another team, if they're equal or better or whatever, you can't allow them to have 19 more shots. And I think if we can make that number become more of an even number to work with, then our kids are going to see a lot more success.